Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here for 9 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know how long it's been.
You confronted fire and refused to be burned by the flames. Imisi,
Yes.
you have nothing to be ashamed about.
It's like, thank you for telling my story that way. That was good. Can we stop here?
Guys, just watching Emiss's diary session and Faith's diary session just got me all teary because, oh my goodness, Big Brother. Big Brother! Hey guys, hey Bethans, welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm sorry guys if I don't sound very, very hippie. I've been crying. I mean, not like crying, but like just listening to Faith and Emiss's diary session. It just got me really, really emotional, guys. Like, Biggie just has the right words. The right words. I mean, for Emiss's diary session, we first started with like English class, where Emiss, oh my God, have I said hi? I'm so sorry, guys. Hi, my Bethans, my LOMLLs. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. If you're new here, you're also welcome. Please make sure to hit on subscribe button before you leave and give this video a thumbs up right now. Just give it a thumbs up right now. Let's not wait till the end. Okay, I love you guys so much. Okay, now back to the English class that Imisi was having. So Biggie had asked her, how are you doing? And she said, ambivalent, and I'm like, huh?
How are you today?
Oh, fuck. I am ambivalent.
You are feeling ambivalent.
Oh God, Big Brother, you're confusing me. You told me that it's ambivalent, not ambivalent. Okay, you said ambivalent. I thought you said I am ambivalent. So it is ambivalent.
Precisely.
Hey, okay. Yeah. Oh, no, I get so ambivalent. Benevolent, ambivalent. Huh. Ambivalent. Okay. I thought you were telling me that I am like, if I want to explain, I'll be like, I am ambivalent. So it is ambivalent. Thank you. Oh. Mess up.
English could be hard sometimes.
Yes, it is. So hard. Like, very hard.
And of course, Biggie asked her a question about, how she's feeling. And she told Big Brother that she wasn't feeling too happy because she had told some of the housemates, some things that were quite personal to her. And she was referring to the whole, her being R. Yeah, the word R. And then, of course, the whole topic of her taking out the baby and all, yeah. She just felt like it would have been better if she had had that conversation with, just one person, like a private conversation, as opposed to talking to a group of people, right? But at this morning, Kola was kind enough to cheer her up and she feels better, it's just in between. And oh my God, Big Brother had the best things to say. Now, as much as I know that a lot of you actually think that Imisi sharing that part of her life, was more of, a strategy than her just being real and vulnerable, which to be fair, yeah, you have a right to, feel whatever type of way and, just think whatever it is that you think. However, my point here is, strategy or not, by now you should know who you are voting for. Okay, I don't think that, someone sharing something now, would now all of a sudden make you stop voting for who you wanted to vote for and then start voting. I get the whole pity vote thing. But then again, this is 2025. You guys have watched this show for 10 years, right? Now you should be able to tell why you're supporting the person and, who you're going to vote for. You shouldn't be letting what any other person says, now make you feel like, oh, nah, pity vote. Let them play their games. Tell your own fave too to find something to say. It's just what it is. It's just so unfortunate that, the bulk of the comments under that video was, oh, strategy. And to be honest, if you go over the video, if you go over the comments, you would see that I barely responded to a lot of things because, I mean, like, how many responses do I want to give? I can't convince people to think otherwise. It's not to say that I am certain that all of these things happen to her. But it's just only human that when someone shares something like that, the first thing you're typing is not strategy. Like, that's such a weird way of thinking. But then again, it's your thoughts, so you can even do what you want. Okay. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna insert the clip, for you guys to watch and just hear some of the things that she and Big Brother talked about, right? And then of course there was also the Faith Diary session, which to me was, I don't know, just listening to Faith gives me so much joy. I'm not even going, like, the guy is just so smart. Oh my goodness. Oh my, like, sometimes when he talks, I'm like, guy, where are you from? Like, just listening to him talk about his friendship with Zita, because Biggie had asked him, the whole question. He also asked Imisi the same question. You guys are going to listen to all of it. I don't want to talk too much because, again, like I said, I'm quite in my feelings just listening to them, and I don't want to sound a certain way. So I would rather that you guys listen. I don't know if this video is going to be monetized or not. Hopefully it is. But, regardless, I'm just going to let you guys listen, right? He talks about the fact that he cannot be managed. You don't manage a human being. And again, it's just so true. Oh my God. I feel like some things he says, it sometimes feels like he's taking them from my head, because you can't manage me. If you feel like there are just some things that I do and you don't like them and you can't stand them, don't manage me. Just walk away. Like, life is not even that deep. Like you don't have to be friends with me and then keep complaining about me. And the fact that he admits that, yes, I'm not perfect. I'm willing to change. I'm changing. I'm relearning. I'm unlearning. I'm doing all of these things. If you think that that's a problem, you cannot deal with it, and you now think that managing me would be the best way, then don't even be in my life, And that's something that he discussed with Zita. Zita keeps complaining about, she likes this about him, but she doesn't like this part. I mean, it's not a case of choosing the part of me that you will like. If you don't like me, you don't like me, But then they decided, you know what, maybe in this house, let's just give each other space. Perhaps when we go out, things will be better, and, we can walk from there, start afresh. He talked about Sultana. Biggie had asked him, were you surprised that Sultana did not save anybody? He said yes, that he was actually very surprised. But then again, she earned his respect in the way that she, gave her judgment. She's like, you know what? It's fine. Everybody should just fight for a fair chance to be in the finals. There's no need to save one person. That she knows some people are not happy about it. But thinking about it, maybe yes, she had people she wanted to save, but then she heard other people's arguments and she's like, maybe I should save this person or save that person. So instead of her just putting herself in such a conflicting situation, it was just best for her to say, you know what, let everybody fight for an equal chance to be in the finale. She wasn't going to save anybody. Now, there's something that has been happening in the house all day, and the thing that's been pissing me off is the fact that Isabella is giving Sultana attitude. Like, I get it, you are upset, but which one is you're not now sleeping in the HOH room simply because she didn't pick you? Then, madam, you should have won it, so that you would pick yourself or get the hell. Which kind of nonsense behavior be that? I just they look the girl since morning, I just a verse. I'm like, what is this? For someone that was that excited yesterday, to be chosen as a deputy, and all of a sudden, after that whole nomination thing, she grew cold. She's not helping Sultana with anything. She didn't sleep in the room. She was with Coin. I'm like, the same Coin that you were just complaining about to Sultana yesterday. Is in the way Isabella just moves. Like, she just moves very quickly. 1 minute she's here, next minute I'm just like, girl, grow up. It's a game. If you yourself, say you want day finale, why you not try win the HOH thing? Person say no one save anybody, they vex. You can be upset for a while. Granted, she's your friend. You thought she was going to save you. Granted, vex for a bit and then keep it moving. But all day, since yesterday, reach now, she they give the Sultana attitude. I'm like, girl, get out, I beg, not stress me. Not stress me. Faith was like, yes, that was such a difficult decision, but her making that decision was such a huge sacrifice on her part. Because, I mean, there's Jason J, there's, and if you listen to Sultana at one point, Sultana was saying that, there were some people that she would have actually loved to save, after she listened to them. I think she mentioned Mide, she mentioned Dede, this same Dede, she mentioned Dede's name. So it was a lot for her. People just thinking, she no, you will not be the one to tell her what to do. If you want the position or you want say, go win am. All of you enter the arena to play the game. Why you not play and well, made them choose you as the winner? I don't like it when people just expect too much from people. Give people graces when they make mistakes once. That doesn't mean that mistake should define them and all of that. or when they make a decision you guys don't like, then it becomes a topic for weeks and for months. Like, I can't be a part of that. I'm sorry. She made her choice. It's her choice. That's why it's a game. If you don't like them, off your TV. I don't they talk this thing. More than they off TV. Instead of you guys having high BP. High BP money cost. Hospital big cost. If you don't know it cost. Man, they tell you now. Anyway, he talked about that. Biggie asked me about Mensan. He had quite a lot to say about Mensan as well, and how he feels like Mensan actually deserves to be in the finale. You know, he spoke about culture and just how, you know, culture bets on him. Like, they had this betting game they did in the house, and culture bet 14 wings, chicken wings, you know, on him to beat Kebobo. And even though Kebobo won him, you know, Culture still came to tell him that, you know, you did well. You know, for Culture to even bet with his food, Culture that likes food, you know, he just said a lot. And guys, to be honest, the direction was going well, oh. Going so well. Big Brother asked him, okay, so you yourself, do you also think that, you know, you earned Culture's respect? Because, you know, after that whole Aquafina task thing, he's like, yes, that he actually did that. Culture even came to meet him, to thank him for sharing his story, you know, for seeing him that way, like just talking about him, that he didn't know anybody was paying attention, but just listening to Faith that day, you know, he was so happy, it made him so happy. And for Faith, he mentioned that just knowing that he did something that made someone else very happy made him so happy with himself, you know. And then he's like, Big Brother, thank you, thank you. Before we knew it, Baba started crying. Like, it was just so deep. Guys, I can't even do this twice, so I'm just gonna go now. You guys just watch. I'm gonna insert the clips. You guys just watch it. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm such a crybaby. But yeah. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.
So, why do you feel that way?
So the thing is, it's actually supposed to be sad, but call actually light up my day this morning, so the whole sadness went off from my heart. So I am in between happy and sad, and that's because I spoke about something I'm not supposed to talk about yesterday. Like, so that brought like it actually traumatizes me, like something that I've actually let go a very long time. Then now talking about it, and having to now thinking like it now feels like the whole thing just happened. Not that it just happened, but I could just see through that situation. Like, it was so difficult for me to let myself out of that situation. But when I talk to Kola about it, I really feel bad that I spoke about such thing, and to even not even about speaking about it, but the fact that it is not a private conversation. Like, I actually said something like that in the midst of people that I'm not even supposed to. I don't know what I don't know. Maybe I wasn't thinking right at that point in time that I actually had to talk about that. So I really felt very, very bad that like I don't like to tell. I don't like people to actually know some certain things about me, and the fact that this is on here, like saying such thing, people. Like, I wouldn't want people to have a bad perception about me or something. So I really felt very, very bad. But when Kola came and he actually talked to me, he cheered me up, and so I feel like very much better.
You have nothing to be ashamed about. You emerged victorious. Do you understand?
Yes, big bro.
Is there anyone else in the house you're not seeing eye to eye with at the moment? If yes, would you be open to mending fences with them under the right circumstances?
Yeah, definitely. I and Zita just had a conversation, and we were actually thinking about ending our friendship in the house. And not for any bad reasons. I just have this mentality of the moment you say you are managing me, you shouldn't be in my life. I will not be managed. You either love me or you don't. And the moment I sense management, let's end it. So I think when she started the conversation, she was just trying to explain to me that there are parts of me that she doesn't like and she wishes would change. And my approach to it was, yes, I see you, I hear you, and you're right. There are a lot of things about me that need to be worked on, and I am working on it. I've learned to keep quiet sometimes. It's not everything I have to say, because I can be quite abrasive. So I need to actually learn to tone down how I interact with people verbally. I also need to learn how to read social cues and also, be kinder to people in general. And that's my job, and I will work on that. But when someone is your friend, it's a conscious effort to be there, irrespective of the flaws you have. She has flaws too, but I have never once said, this is a flaw that I am managing. No, because that is Zita. If Zita chooses to manage the flaws and become better, love that for her. But highlighting the flaw and saying, I can't, like this is putting me off, and this person said this and this, it made me feel kind of weird. So I was like, you know what? If you're unhappy or you're not satisfied, we can stop being friends right now. Like instantly. And I like the fact that she did not like go back and forth. So it was more of a, okay, maybe in this house, it did not work out the way we wanted it to. But we can try again when we get out there and see if it gets better. Maybe under the right circumstances, when you're not seeing me all the time, you get to experience me in small doses. And experiencing me in smaller doses makes me more palatable. Maybe that might help. She might not be perfect, but she's also a good person. Because that statement she made where she was like, to make it fair, I won't give anybody the immunity. It's a sacrifice she made socially. Because believe it or not, I know some of our friends feel like we've been here for you, and the least you could have done was help us. But then she took a gamble on her social, like whatever, her social stuff to make the game fair. I respect that. I was very surprised, but she earned my respect there because it was an interesting choice to make. I hope it doesn't blow back on her, because in my head, even before you told us to go out, I thought, in my head, I was like, there's no point of us making a case, because she probably already has someone in her head already. But now here's where things get interesting. What if she had those people in her mind, but then she heard everyone's case and realized some of these people are actually making sense? So she weighed the cases against the friendship and was like, you make great cases, these people are my friends. And one of you here deserves it, and one of you here deserves it. So if she couldn't make the choice between those two people, the valid choice to make was not giving it to anyone. So in as much as it's a surprising choice, I did great on that one. Very great, very good.
And would you like to discuss anything else with Big Brother?
Okay, a few things. We had a session where we played Big Brother, and my person was Culture, and he earned my respect that day. He has always earned my respect, but he earned more of it. I was surprised he left. He was very active. He was very, vibey. He was playful. It was like they called him a journalist. Yeah, sometimes he could be a journalist. But, he was also very active and funny and all that stuff. So he was entertaining to have in this house. I was very surprised to see him leave. But then I played back the diary session, and he showed me a different part of him. Whenever he's under tension or he's shy, he does this thing where he closes his eyes and he rocks back and forth like this. And it was cool to see a different version of him. The same way it was cool to see a different version of him whenever he was with Tracy. So, that was able to enlighten me more about him as a person. The pool table games too. You know what Culture did? Culture bet 14 chicken wings on me to play with cable ball. For no reason. He saw me and he was like, you know what, Faith, I think you can beat K-Bobo. And he brought 4 like chicken wings. Chicken is not the most popular thing, like it's not the most easy thing to get in this house. Culture eats a lot of food, by the way. That's why I want to make sure you understand the point I'm making. Someone that loves food bet his food on me to beat someone else. And it wasn't a normal game. It was like a 2-ball game where you would put, it didn't even, K-Ball didn't have to win the game technically. You just had to have 2 balls on the table. And that felt like a vote of confidence. It was like him saying, I have so much faith in fate that I'm willing to sacrifice the one thing I really, really like in this house. That was a lot. That was a lot. And I appreciated it. I lost the game, by the way, and he lost his chicken. And you know what was even more beautiful? He came to me and he was like, you know what? You played well. Who else? Isabella, Vibe, Coin, the Eswatine. He ended that show on a good note. Like, look, he was the cherry on top of the cake of the wager. The performance, the energy, the vim. You could tell he was doing something he was passionate about. That was amazing to me. So it's, I might not be remembering everybody's name right now, but I'm going to miss all of them. I might not be friends with all of them, but I'm never going to forget the people in this house. Never. They've crossed paths with me and they've changed my life. So for what it's worth, I love all of them. I really do. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here for 9 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know how long it's been. Thank you.
Do you think you also earned Kocha's respect with your words to him?
I think so. He came to meet me after. And it was like, he was happy I was able to tell his story that way. Fate. So he came to meet me and he was like, thank you for telling my story that way. That was good. Can we stop here? It made me feel alive. It was like I did something that made someone feel good. I think not many people get to go through life and feel appreciated. So, not many people get to go through life, especially men, and feel appreciated. So, for someone that comes from a background like him, where you have to be tough, you have to be strong, that was a lot for him because it was like, oh, someone actually saw me and was able to give me my flowers in public. So I know that meant a lot to him. And the fact that he came back and thanked me for his, that meant a lot to me too. So that was good. That was very good.
Faith.
Yes, big brother.
Always remember that words matter. They may not always reflect reality, but they have the power to change reality.
Very true.
the power to uplift or to belittle. Do you understand?
I do. Thank you.